Like a mole living underground, I scurry through the dirt passageways of my subterranean abode, emerging only when my peace is disrupted by the immense pressure of some surface-level bullshit. Hi, it's Kayla, by the way. I was trying to flex my use of metaphor there. But don't worry, today's video is not about small furry mammals. Rather, it's about the role that social media engagement plays in the Thai BL industry. This has been a hot topic for a few months now. We even did a podcast episode about it. But the reason why it's fresh in my mind again is because I saw something and it upset me, which is usually how these videos go. Okay, let me elaborate. So I was inspired to make this video after seeing a recent clip of Mark Paquin where he opens up about his latest project essentially flopping. The project in question is his BL series Sweet Tooth Good Dentist, where he stars alongside Om Tipakorn. It's a series that didn't gain much traction despite having the Mark Paquin in a lead role. I think there are several reasons for that, which we'll delve into today. But first, I want to talk about trending and engagement in the BL fandom and how this fixation on numbers contributes to the pressure these actors and production teams face. If you're a BL fan in 2025, then you know it's nearly impossible to keep up with all these shows. It seems like every other day a new BL has begun airing. I mean, I used to wish for times like these, but now that it's a reality, I feel more overwhelmed than anything. What show should I watch has become a loaded question because the options feel endless. In this type of setting, it's no wonder that some shows would rise to the top while others would fall into irrelevance. We see it happen all the time. Sweet Tooth Good Dentist, for example, was considered a failure in comparison to other shows that were airing simultaneously. That doesn't mean it's an objectively bad show, nor does it mean the actors didn't deliver. For this show in particular, I personally think it came down to three things: timing, lack of promotion, and mediocre writing. Maybe it would have done better if it aired at a different time. Believe it or not, BL does go through slow periods, so maybe if it aired during a slow period, it would have gotten more eyes on it. The lack of promotion is something that really irks me, because what do you mean Mark Ohm gets zero promotion, but Joss gets a whole international press tour to salvage his reputation? No wonder GMMTV had to reconfigure their whole management system. Since the last time I touched on mediocre writing, I actually think it's gotten worse. This hyper-focus on trending keywords and hashtags has given these companies the green light to release any old thing. Speaking for myself, I was really looking forward to Ohm and Mark having their own series together, but the story itself was so boring and inconsequential that I couldn't even finish it. How do you have Pepsi as a director, the same Pepsi who directed KinnPorsche and My Stand-In, and have the writing fall off after 3 episodes? And again, that doesn't mean the series was bad. There are plenty of people who enjoyed it and found comfort in the simplicity of the story. The point I'm trying to make is that these days, a series just being okay doesn't cut it. And I do think the overall quality of shows has gone down because these companies are either rushing the production teams to get shows done as quickly as possible so they can maybe turn a profit, or they're banking on the popularity of pairings as opposed to compelling plots and characters. Hearing Mark call himself a lucky loser made me incredibly sad, because it wasn't his fault that Sweet Tooth Good Dentist didn't perform well. He and Ohm worked hard on that series, and just because it didn't yield the results they were hoping for, that doesn't mean they won't go on to have successful careers. In my book, they are successful. But an actor's success shouldn't be measured by the number of people using their hashtag. That's where the problem lies. Online engagement has become a necessary evil. The fact that doing TikTok dances to trending sounds can potentially bring more viewers to your series is crazy. It's something that a number of musical artists have been opening up about lately. Make your song trend online or forget about the next album. If you've ever felt like fandom was a chore, imagine how these actors feel having to vie for a trending hashtag or forever be stuck in nougatdom. It's very discouraging, and it's rare that we see a series grow organically anymore. If it features a popular pairing, then it's going to trend regardless of timing, promotion, or writing. If it's produced by a big company, then they're going to have more money to put into the marketing budget. Sometimes a hidden gem pops up and gets people talking, but it's still hidden to the mainstream. Realistically, what are you left to do besides go live? Going live to bring in more viewers to your series is a marketing tactic that several actors have been utilizing recently. The cast of Boys in Love are the prime example of this approach. The series received little promotion from GMMTV, which prompted Astin to become the sole promoter of the show. He's been reacting to the episodes live on TikTok and pushing the hashtags at every opportunity. He even used his search for his GMMTV parents as a means to promote the keywords and hashtags for each episode of Boys in Love. There have also been a handful of viral moments during the lives that featured his fellow cast members. Love it or hate it, virality is everything. It's wild to think that a singular clip going viral could mean the difference between a show receiving notoriety or slipping into obscurity. That's where luck comes in. Another approach that Astin has been using is an incentive system. If the hashtag receives 100k tweets, then they'll film a boyfriend vlog. If the hashtag receives 200k tweets, then they'll film a sleepover vlog. He even set an incentive for his OST. If the music video receives 100k views, then he'll confess to Shokun with a doll in real life. The concept of incentives isn't new. Many official show accounts use this method of engagement as well. Weirdly enough, I feel like Astin working so hard to promote the series himself has made him seem more relatable and down to earth, which has resulted in him gaining more fans and thus more engagement. It just sucks that you can be signed to a big company and still receive zero backing from said company, at least not until they feel like you've proven yourself worthy. Thai BL used to be the place for up-and-coming actors to break into the entertainment industry. It was viewed as an easy way to achieve success and branch out into other genres. But things have certainly changed since the days of Love by Chance, because now it's harder to break into BL than ever. You have to have some kind of backing, some kind of nepotism. And I think that's the reason why we're seeing so many actors signed to GMMTV. You could have 1 million followers, but sometimes all you really need is a company to tweet out a hashtag for you. Being a new actor signed under a big company must be exciting. But as GMMTV takes in more and more new actors, have you ever wondered what will happen to their old ones? Everyone's familiar with the original pillars of GMMTV, Krist Singto, Afghan, and Taenu. How is their engagement impacted by this surge of new actors? How have their recent shows done in comparison to shows from some of these rookies or even the next-gen pillars? These are genuine questions because I'm honestly unsure. Even if the OGs fail to bring in new fans, their fandoms are already so powerful that perhaps they've secured a lifetime of success. But success may not equate to relevance. You can be rich and respected in the industry and also lack online engagement, or rather the same level of engagement as the actors who are currently blowing up. Think of Top Form and how Akin's career as a veteran actor was on the decline, while Jin's career as a rookie actor was just beginning to pop off. And what did Akin's manager do to stir up his engagement? Put him in an unofficial BL pairing with Jin. My point in bringing this up is to show that the fight for relevance in the industry never truly ends, no matter how successful you've been in the past. Now, sponsorships are an interesting aspect to engagement. A series can't happen without them, and that fact gives birth to another necessary evil: product placement. Companies want their products to be featured in shows that do well, thus driving sales. A surefire way of ensuring sales is by sponsoring shows with actors who already pull large numbers across social media, whether it's their Instagram following or the Twitter analytics for their latest project. The greater the number, the greater the funding. See how it all comes back to the importance of trending? I don't think trending and engagement is entirely negative. It can create a sense of community among fans, especially international fans, because we have less in-person access to these actors. We can't just go to the mall and see them advertise a face wash. So instead, we congregate in these online spaces, where we build camaraderie through personal contributions. In some ways, we might view their success as ours, because we're the ones streaming and tweeting away. You feel genuine pride in your fandom when your favorite actors are trending. But with most things, there is a downside to it. So many fights between fandoms stem from these arbitrary rankings of who deserves what over others. To use my own fandom as an example, many people will say that Z and Nunu don't deserve their success, while also calling them flops. So which one is it? These arguments never employ logic, and honestly speaking, who are you? Who am I? Who are any of us to claim that someone is undeserving? Much like the concept of success, it's all subjective. And it's true that competition is fierce in the Thai BL industry, but that's not an excuse to be an asshole. We are able to coexist. The problem is, you guys don't want to. The pressure to engage can be all-consuming, and no doubt we take it out on each other. But have you ever stopped to think about the reputation of your fandom and how it reflects onto the actors? I've seen multiple people allege that companies will cancel their sponsorships with an actor based on how their fans act online, and I totally believe it. At that point, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, because no sponsorship means no show, means no engagement. It's a symbiotic relationship turned parasocial, and it's encouraged by this ever-present need to beat out other fandoms for the #1 trending spot. Remember sportsmanship? I guess not. On a separate but related note, choosing not to engage in fandom does not make you a bad fan. Some people don't have the time or mental capacity to follow hashtags or trend shows, and it doesn't mean they don't support their favorite actors. It just means they're employed. There should be no shame associated with being a casual fan or a fan that just has a life outside of the internet. The only way trending and online engagement will ever cease to matter is if society completely crumbles under capitalism. We might be getting there, but we're not there yet. So until then, let's support our favorite actors without bringing others down. Let's take a step back when fandom becomes too stressful, and let's show a little humility when we interact with our fellow BL fans. Thank you to the moon and back for watching. I'm curious what you guys think of this big push for trending that's happening across social media. It's not just a BL thing, but I think this genre is an interesting case because it thrives so heavily on worldwide rankings and hashtag events. I would also love to know what your favorite underrated BL is and why you think it didn't receive as much attention as it should have. Mine is Ghost Host Ghost House, and I think it didn't blow up because it was from a tiny company with an even tinier budget. A quick update, I've been reacting to Pit Babe Season 2 over on Patreon, and it's been a lot of fun. You can watch it all for free, just join as a member. Other than that, there's not much else to report on. Thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!